Hello and welcome back. Today's video is going to be a review of the No7 Beautifully Matte Foundation. And I've had this for quite a few weeks. You would have seen it in a haul a wee while ago. I picked this up for £13.50 and that's for 30ml. It has got an SPF of 15, which is, you know, there's always a benefit to have an SPF in your foundation. It claims to have an all-day shine-free look with a soft, even finish. Now, I have used this really quite frequently. I'm in the shade Calico, which is quite light. In fact, it's the lightest shade, and it is actually quite a good match for me. I'm saying quite a lot, but it's a very good match for me. You would have seen in my last two videos the USA/UK beauty swap that I did with Rebecca lately. I was wearing it, and I noticed when I went back that my face looked lighter than my neck. That was because I was just overly excited, and my face would have been red because I was flushed. And my neck was red, well, redder than it is normally, and therefore the foundation actually stopped my face going red, which is kind of impressive, but it made me look slightly odd in the videos. So if you're wondering about a discrepancy there, that was what was going on. I was too busy being overly excited, so, you know, circulation, stuff happening. This comes with a little pump, which is great, and it's very easy to control. I have done a video of me applying this, which I will insert on one of these sides. I take about a pump and a half to do my initial application, and I use a Real Techniques buffing brush to initially, you know, apply it and blend it in and whatnot. I do take an extra wee tiny little pump. You will see this as well in the video, just to go over any blemishes, because my skin in this area is just not happy, unfortunately. So I do go in again with a little tiny bit, just to add a wee bit more coverage where I need it. Not very much, but I do sort of use my finger to blend it in, and a wee bit down my nose. This I find really easy to work with, and it applies really, really nicely. I do go in with a beauty sponge, a damp beauty sponge, after I've applied it, just to soften everything in, because I find if I don't do that, it can possibly look a wee bit cakey. So just to be warned, you can easily make yourself look cakey with this, so just use a damp beauty sponge at the end, just to blend everything back into place, and, you know, really make sure it is definitely blended, and blend it down your neck and as well. Yeah, I really like this foundation. It does last really, really well. I didn't notice I had to touch up my face from when I apply it at about 7 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't really have to touch it up until I was going home. Sort of, you're talking, you know, 4, half 4, or if I notice in the afternoon that I have to touch it up. I did have a bout of having a sniffly nose, so I obviously had to touch up my nose quite regularly, but generally I would lose foundation. It would break up along my nose and in the creases. I don't have that with this. Just be careful with the under eye wrinkles. It can sort of slightly separate, not that it goes into the crease, but it sort of separates where the crease is. So because you're looking about and doing stuff, that's moving. So I just go in and dab my finger in, and it's fine if I've overdone it. But, you know, once I sort of figured that out, it's been fine since. I really do like this. It doesn't cause me any irritation, which is fantastic, especially because my face is annoyed at the minute. I don't mind wearing this because I know it's not going to clog my face up. It is hypoallergenic, so that, you know, is helping towards that. You do give it a good shake before you use it. Obviously, it is quite a thick consistency. You will see I've done it on my hand, and I've tried to show you that it is quite thick. It's not very runny. It is slightly runny, but it's not very runny. It's more leaning towards the Revlon Colour Stay kind of consistency. If you've used that foundation, it is quite a thick consistency, but it is fine to apply. I don't notice that it doesn't apply well because of that. You know, it's really easy to apply as well, and you just really buff it in with your brush and then use a damp sponge to go over it to set everything, and it's really nicely. Really nice even, not nicely. I do use a wee bit of a setting powder just in my T-zone and a wee bit on my chin. I don't really set the rest of my face anymore because I don't need to with this foundation. It sits fine. It doesn't break up in the rest of my face at all. I just always like to cover my nose, my T-zone and my chin, just to be on the safe side. I have done it without, and it did break up a wee bit quicker when I didn't set it, but once I had set it, it was fine. I did use it with the No7 Mattifying Primer just on my nose and my T-zone, and when I use that I don't have to use a powder, so It's your decision whether you want to use a mattifying primer or to set it with a powder. But I prefer to set it with a powder. I find the mattifying primer a wee bit drying, but I'll talk about that in another post or another video. Let me see. I think it's actually really good value for money. I do. And I can see this being a sort of firm favourite in my drawers. I prefer it to the Revlon Colour Stay because it is a better colour match for me, and I can wear it for a few days, you know, quite a few days consecutively, and it doesn't irritate my skin, whereas with the Revlon Colour Stay I couldn't do that. It would clog my face up. I don't get that with this, so I prefer this to the Revlon Colour Stay. So if you're a fan of the Revlon Colour Stay but you have issues with breakouts or it's causing you irritation or anything like that, check this out, because my voice goes funny, because it is definitely a really good alternative, and there is a better shade range in my opinion. It does cater for us paler girls, so that is a benefit. Yeah, I really like this. I would recommend checking it out, and I like it, and I like the packaging and the little pump. I prefer the pump to the Revlon Colour Stay, because the Revlon Colour Stay is fine, you pour it out and you know, I had figured out a really good technique by the time I'd finished using it, but I prefer just having a pump, and this is a really good pump for control. You know, you can pump out as much or as little as you like. So yeah, I really like this, and I would recommend it, and I recommend checking it out. I will do a blog post with links and everything else below, and do before and after pictures so you can have a proper closer look. But yeah, really like it. Recommend checking it out. So that is everything. If you have any questions, let me know down below if I've not covered anything. I'm obviously not doing things about the flashback because I'm not wedding orientated, but if you really want to do that, I can take some pictures and put those on the blog post as well. Just let me know. But that's everything. So thank you very much for watching. Please like if you like, please subscribe if you like, and I'll see you in my next video.